You can never have enough giant bug movies. Spiders is a 2000 horror sci-fi film from director Gary Jones. The movie opens in the labs of Nope, where they're experimenting on spiders. They send the shuttle into space so they can further experiment on the spiders. I don't expect this to end well. Meanwhile, at local college campus USA, Marcy's reading the latest from Art Bell. Realizing she's late for class, Marcy rushes off. Run, Marcy! Run as fast as you can! Marcy's a reporter for the local school that's obsessed with aliens. When she gets to the newsroom, she meets up with Joe and Loretta, who are aliens, naturally.
Oh, we were beamed.
You were beamed?
Yeah, beamed.
From?
From Alpha Centauri.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I really thought they would have gone with the illegal alien joke. But no, they're really aliens. The aliens begin talking in their strange language, which according to the IMDb, is Dutch.
Prøv at se, det var fuldstændig samme sølvfarve som den vi kom med, kan du ikke se det?
Marcy gets some info from her friend Jake, the resident computer nerd.
I managed to acquire some information from the network FAA, restricted one, I mean, commonly known as Area 21.
Area 21, the lesser-known Area 51. The cameraman Slick shows up. Marcy shows the aliens a photo, and they freak out. Marcy tries to get Phil, the editor, to let her do a story on the aliens, but he makes her do a story on the latest space shuttle mission. The gang heads over to the local military base that was in the picture. Scratch that, I think they're headed to the finale of 7. Back in space, the astronauts are fixing the shuttle.
Where was this arm built?
Canada.
That figures.
Damn Canadians and their faulty craftsmanship. The scientists inject the spider with something right when they get hit with a solar flare. The spider project, known as Mother-in-Law, is now loose on the shuttle and attacking the crew. Permission to wet 'em, sir. So now the real reason the government shut down NASA. Space spiders. Back in the desert, Marcy and company are investigating.
There's nothing out here.
Except this giant military base. While looking around, someone crashes their toy space shuttle into the facility.
It's a UFO.
Has this guy never seen a shuttle launch? The gang investigates the crashed shuttle, which is not the smartest idea. They find one of the astronauts, but he's seen better days. They then find the captain, and is this the rebirth of Dr. Mittenhands? About time the military showed up. The gang takes off and hides in one of the trucks, which is only a good idea if your name is Snake. The spider lays an egg inside the captain. 2 agents are looking into the shuttle when one of them steps on Mother-in-Law. Ew, it's filled with ketchup and mustard. They throw the bodies of the dead astronauts into where the gang's hiding. The gang wants to get out, but... Agent Gray then uses some stock explosions to blow up the shuttle. And let me add a few more. The truck takes the gang into the base and down to the lower levels. The soldiers pull out the corpses. Nope, totally don't see 3 college kids hiding in here. They get out and see the medical team arriving with the captain. They follow them to the lab, and is that Klingon? They then hide in the specimen lab. They find a lot of weird things, including the body of Kim Jong-il. They go to the lab where the captain is. Wow, it's pitch black in here. It's a good thing they had their flashlights. They make their way to the captain, then this happens. Nope. The spider kills one of the scientists, chases after the other, and kills her too. Let me in! Let me in! The gang blocks the door and takes off. The one scientist isn't totally dead, so he sets off the alarm.
An alarm was stripped down below. It's probably just a malfunction in the system.
Because no one could ever infiltrate our airtight security. Protocol for when an alarm goes off in a super secret military base is to send in like 6 guys. The group finds the cryogenics lab and discovers the crew from Apollo 18? Wow, okay, I'll talk about that later. They also find the bodies of Jim Morrison and JFK. The soldiers walk into the lab to discover everyone's dead, as well as a boom mic.
It's all part of some government experiment.
Not another one of your conspiracy theories, Marcy.
Considering you're in a government facility being chased by a giant spider, I'd say yeah, it is some sort of government experiment. The body of the scientist drops on them and scares the glasses right back onto Marcy. And then they're gone. They find the stairs, but the spider is already ahead of them. Either that or they really need better cleaners. The spider bites Jake and they knock it off.
Do you guys think it's dead?
Damn right it's dead.
Oh, it was dead. Until you jinxed it. They reach the spider lab and Jake decides to play some night trap. Without trying, they conveniently find pictures of the aliens from earlier. John hacks the computer and gets information about the mother-in-law project.
They lay their eggs in living flesh and reproduce asexually.
Like your mom.
Had to do it in 0G because it's closer to the atmosphere where the alien came from.
Well, at least they gave an explanation as to why they were in space. Jake finds out the spider's venom is lethal, so he heads out to try and kill it, but it kills him. You, go over there and die, okay? Marcy and Slick find the elevator and go up, but it stops because they don't have the access card. Slick's a gymnast. They get to a door, but guess who's waiting for them? Haha, give me a hug! They fall down into a giant web, and presumably, every bone in their body is broken. Marcy frees herself, but Slick is stuck and gets killed by the spider. I guess he isn't so slick after all. Marcy gets away. Barely. The spider kills more of the soldiers. This thing really gets around. I don't think these guys signed up for a bug hunt. Murphy finds Marcy and chases her. Marcy and Murphy fight and land in a pool of water, so Marcy would have a wet t-shirt for the rest of the film. The spider nearly kills Murphy, but Marcy saves him and they take off. Gray tries to kill him, but mother-in-law captures him.
Fucking bitch! God damn it! Come on, god damn it! Do it! Do it!
They pass through the cocoon chamber and make their way to the elevator. Shouldn't the numbers be going up since they're underground? Mother-in-law tries to get through the bottom of the elevator, but they switch gears and smash it. They escape the facility, and where's the first place they go? Her college newspaper. I guess Mr. Gray will see you now? Gray's impregnated, though, and explodes with the new super spider. You've got some of my boss on you. Mother-in-law's now gigantic and goes on a rampage. Here's a good parkour fail. The two get to Getty's chopper, which just so happens to have a rocket launcher. They get in the chopper and follow after it. It sure did get dark quick.
I still can't see it.
How can you miss a giant spider? The spider climbs to the top of the convention center. There's nowhere to land, so Marcy has to shoot while Murphy flies. Since the spider's armor-plated, Marcy has to shoot the rocket right down its throat.
Suck on this, bitch.
And the day is saved. Except for all those guys back at the military base that probably have spiders impregnated into them. Spider-geddon. The movie was filmed mostly on sound stages and around Los Angeles, California. It was produced by Boaz Davidson, who directed a movie I covered not too long ago, American Cyborg Steel Warrior. Davidson grew up in the 50s and 60s and loved giant monster films. He wanted to do his own updated version using the advanced special effects of the time. He wanted to do as many practical effects as possible, so they brought in K&B Effects to do the makeup and creatures. On top of live spiders, they also had 3 sizes of puppet spiders. The 2-foot for early in the film, the 6-foot for the base, and the 30-foot for the rampage. While some shots were done with CGI, like these ones, many of the shots were done with either an animatronic spider, which they controlled via remote, or the ones controlled by the puppeteers. The 6-foot version took 7 puppeteers to control. The 30-foot one had air cylinders to move various parts of it. It even had movable eyes. They roughly had 10 versions of the 3 sizes of spiders. In 1995, Gary Jones directed the giant bug monster film, Mosquito, starring Gunnar Hansen of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre fame. Davidson was a fan and thought Jones would be perfect to direct this since he did such a good job with giant bugs in Mosquito. Lana Parrilla played Marcy. This was only her 2nd movie. She's had great success in TV, with shows like Spin City, 24, and most recently she's been playing the evil queen in Once Upon a Time. When Marcy finds Jim Morrison's casket, she says,
Commander was right. No one here gets out alive.
Which is the title of Morrison's first biography. When I mentioned earlier the Apollo 18 connection, I was talking about the fact that in the found footage film, Apollo 18, the creatures were space spiders. While I can't say for sure if there is an intentional connection, it does seem like a writer or someone involved in Apollo 18 was a fan of spiders. How does this movie have a 3.9 on the IMDb? It's got solid directing, a fast-paced story, and really creepy creature effects. Some of the CGI is a little weak at times, but the animatronics are incredibly effective. It's not trying too hard to be serious, it's just trying to be scary with the occasional gross out. It did what it set out to do, be a modern day version of the Saturday afternoon creature features. Bring on Spiders 2.
so creepy.
It's like a bad sci-fi movie.
Hey everyone, I just want to remind you I have a Patreon set up. If you like the show and would like to help keep me going, even $1 a month would make a difference. I would really appreciate it. I've got some cool rewards set up, so check it out. Thanks a lot.